Hello, Guardians. Welcome to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast here on Boss Rush Games. I am your host, Corey Deerigan. Alongside me, as always, is the lore archivist, Josh Finney.
That, I genuinely think that is my favorite one, the lore archivist. I think that's my favorite title.
Well, to be fair, there hasn't really been a lot of good ones.
I wasn't going to say it. I was going to let you have a win there.
Yeah,
I think that's genuinely my favorite one. The lore archivist. I like it. I like it.
Yes. How are you, Josh?
I'm good. We say this every week. It's been a busy week.
Yes, it has. Holy crap, it's been a busy week.
It has been a busy and a fun week, though. Lots of good stuff happening right now. Lots of cool stuff happening in the game. Very, very excited. Now, if they would just give me a price for how much I'm paying for one of these boxes this fall.
Right.
It's getting legitimately to the point that whoever gives me a price first is probably getting bought. I'm that disgruntled right now. I am not happy with either company. I'm still in the trenches. I'm one of the few people in my friend group that is still in the trenches of I'm buying an Xbox day one, and that is slipping further and further away as I don't get a price or a release date announcement. I'm getting increasingly upset with Uncle Phil.
Yeah,
Uncle Phil and Mr. Booty, you guys need to get it together.
I was reading some tweets the other day, and they said, don't expect any next-gen console news at Tokyo Game Show. Both companies said that, and I'm like, ooh.
To be fair, it is weird that Microsoft is doing a presentation there for an hour. That's very strange to me.
They want that Japanese audience, man.
Then I thought about it, and I was like, just the wild theories I was seeing. People were like, oh, maybe that's where they announced the pricing. I'm like, if they announced the pricing for an American console at TGS, I don't know. I'm going to do something crazy, though, because that's never going to happen. They're like, oh, Phil's going to build a Japanese studio. I'm like, well, that's going to go about as good as when they made Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. So,
or they're gonna buy Sega, like those rumors have been for like 20 years.
We've been hearing the Sega rumor since the Dreamcast died.
I know. So I just wanted to throw that out there to get people going.
The only acceptable announcements that I can see them doing, I think they'll show more Scarlet Nexus. Obviously, they'll show some Yakuza, and man, my dream announcement that I know I'll never get because Sega is cheap is a new Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah.
If I got a new Jet Grind radio, I don't care what platform it goes to. It could go to Stadia.
Here's the thing, though. I would have told you that, except somebody remade Panzer Dragoon. So.
Oh my god, dude! I swear to God, if I get another Jet Grind radio, Corey, Tower Casuals will take a break to become the grind casuals for a few weeks because
Jet Set Casuals.
The Jet Set Casuals, I will absolutely have to 100% talk about graffitiing and rollerblading because it's going to be glorious.
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome. So, man, yeah, like you said, though, it's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
Not just, like, Destiny-wise, but in life in general. I was telling you before we started recording. Starting last week, right? Thursday was Tower Casuals. I stayed up and edited the show to get it up. And then I edited an interview that had to go up on Friday. Friday, I stayed up late playing Destiny with Mitch and Willow. We ended up getting Xenophage, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday was Boss Rush podcast, which Ed had to work, so I hosted. And then that night, I edited a bunch of stuff and played some games and went to bed super late. Sunday, we had a Boss Rush video team meeting because we're adding some interesting video content. And,
oh my god,
we have a video.
Corey, you got to dial it back a little bit for me.
I can't.
You got to stop.
No, it's cool though. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be fun. Here's the thing: I have a video team now, so I don't have to do it.
That's how it always starts.
No, I know. But no, we had a meeting about the type of stuff that we wanted to do. Not a lot, just like a couple things to spruce up that YouTube channel because, let's be honest, you can literally download everything that's on there except for like one or two things. So, and then we did Arsenal X. And then Monday was POW Block. Tuesday was Crossroads. And last night I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed. I edited about 4 or 5 things, posted them, got them uploaded and everything. Went to bed at like 10 o'clock, which is the earliest I've been to bed in over a week.
Oh my God. No. See, I fell asleep at 10 the other night and woke up at 1 and could not sleep. So I read 85 chapters of My Hero Academia.
Well,
in a single sitting.
That sounds like a okay time to me. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Listen, it was absolutely glorious. I have no shame whatsoever. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful. I'm kind of jealous, actually. I usually get up at 5:30 to go to work, and I woke up at 6:06 today, and I have to be at work at 6:30. So,
how fast did you fly out the door?
Oh my gosh, dude! I've never gotten ready that fast in my entire life.
Did we skip the shower, or did we still hit the shower?
Oh, we didn't. We don't shower before work because my job is dirty. So
fair.
I mean, if I had a job where I was supposed to be clean, I would be taking a shower every morning. But this is I work in a shipping and receiving department.
Yeah.
And it's sweaty in there. So I was just like, oh, water, face, deodorant.
One day I was running very late for work and I ran out the door. Realized when I got in the car, I had no shoes. So I had to run back up the stairs to my apartment. And mind you, I walked across concrete to get to my car. That's how tired I was. Did not realize I was missing shoes the whole way. Get up there, get out of the car, and running downstairs, like, literally still like throwing my button down shirt on, like as I'm driving. I'm like trying to button the buttons. Mm-hmm. Like have like my elbow over here. I'm like, oh, there's nobody here. It's an abandoned road. It's okay. I'm gonna sit here and do this before I get up to the stoplight. I pull up and I'm next to a police officer, and we just look at each other as I'm like buttoning a button, and he just stares and just like nods his head at me and looks away. And it's one of the funniest encounters I think of my life. Because that should not be a rational reaction to anybody seeing a grown man trying to button his shirt and down some orange juice at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there have been times I have gone with actual dishes to my desk job because I was running late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. It's like when you have that moment of, man, I'm really hungry, but I really, really need to shower. You shower and you don't think to throw it onto a paper plate. You just grab the plate and take it with you in the car.
Yeah.
And they're just staring at me. They're like, "Oh, Josh, you brought pancakes and syrup on a plate from home."
Yeah.
You drove across town with pancakes and syrup. I was like, yes, I did. I absolutely did. Bring it on. Bring it on.
What's your point?
Yeah. Well, why y'all hating? I could have brought a breakfast sandwich. Would that have been more acceptable?
Actually, probably yes. Yes, it would have.
Anyways, enough breakfast talk. Corey, where are we going to first?
Oh man, we're gonna go to our favorite drops of the week, Josh, because I actually have one.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. What'd you get this week, Corey? Did you finally do the thing?
Actually, the first things first. I finally got those. Remember last week when we were talking about those boots for PvP where you slide it, like the Titan?
Yes,
boots?
in Teus Words, yes.
Yeah. Literally, the first thing I got, like I turned the game on and I went and did like a Nightfall, and I got those out of the.
Oh my god! Congratulations, you two can be toxic in PvP.
Yes, so I got those, and then Willow helped Mitch and I get Xenophage finally.
Is that not the most fun exotic this side?
Dude, it's stupid. Okay, it's. Look, I don't use this word lightly. Okay, but Xenophage is fucking stupid. It's so powerful. We were driving around on our tiny sparrows on the moon. Me and Mitch and I just driving around on our tiny sparrows on the moon, shooting guys with Xenophage, and we were like, "This is stupid. How does this gun even exist?
So
why does this gun exist?"
We took it into a few raids. First off, that's like the go-to for Garden of Salvation. Is unload Xeno into a divinity bubble. It's absolutely glorious. We took it into Eater of Worlds, and the end boss we ended up wiping because we missed the mechanic, but it shows your damage you did afterwards, and we're like, oh, everyone's like, oh my god, like so and so pulled 1.2 mil. Oh my god, Max pulled 1.4. Who the did 2.3 million damage. Josh, is that you? And I was like, that's Xenophage, baby. That's Xenophage with Hunter Dodge. I auto reload 26 shots without stopping. In a well with Weapons of Light after a Celestial Nighthawk that did 800k. That was absolutely the most glorious damage phase of my life that did not get completed. But that gun is stupid powerful.
Yeah, we were taking out like yellows, and like I would shoot one, and while I was reloading, he was shot one, and they would just go. They would just
that is how I've made the means to an end quest bearable. Whenever I go and do those missions in the Ascendant Realm solo, I just take Xenophage with me because otherwise I'm gonna hate my life.
Yeah,
just like pop, pop, pop. Y'all are all dead.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's awesome. It's like it feels so good too. It was like the first time I had taken Outbreak off in a long time. I took it off to use Ruinous Effigy, and then like I was just running around the moon with Xenophage. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Xenophage it's the most fun exotic in the game. I promise you. The only thing I take Xenophage off for anymore is if for some reason I'm still torturing myself to try and do Mountaintop, I'll take it off for my Outrageous Fortune, or Spin the Wind. Spin the Wind's the only thing that it really comes off for anymore.
Yeah.
So there's the only other exotic I like to run really like regularly is I like Outbreak, but I'd rather run Xenophage. I have plenty of good primaries. I'll take it off so I can use a toaster though once in a while.
Yeah.
But once in a while, I mean every time I set foot in the Crucible because it's fun to troll people.
Yeah. So, but that was my.
I'm so happy you finally got it.
I know it. I'm not gonna lie, it felt really good to just finally. It feels so good when you like finish. Like I have like 3 or 4 exotic quests that I'm on the last step of right now, and I'm just like, if I could just like, I need to run Leviathan one more time to get the Acreus shotgun.
Yeah,
and like. That's a weapon I would like to get before it goes away. And like, it's just like, it feels so good to finish up some of these exotic quests. So, but Josh, what about you? What's your drop of the week? Drop the controller because you didn't play that much.
I spent my time saving post-apocalyptic Colorado and Wasteland. I did get one drop that I actually really do like. I did get what I think is pretty close to a god roll on my Ikelos SMG. I finally got one to drop with Seraph rounds, dynamic sway reduction, and Vorpal, which I'm really excited about. Ikelos is quickly working its way back up into my favorite weapons rankings, which is what it occupied in the back half of year 1 when it came out. And of course, it became completely obsolete with Forsaken.
Of course it did.
I'm extremely excited that this game is back in this game. I'm very glad this gun is back in the loot pool. And it has random rolls finally. Because it was already a beast before. Now you can get it to fit whatever playstyle. This is a role that I feel works really well in both PvE and PvP encounters. I was mowing people down in the Nightfall this week, as well as wrecking in control. If you have that gun, you can defend your control point pretty easily. So I liked it. It's making me more okay with Recluse going bye-bye. I'm not as salty anymore. My 25k kill Recluse can go into the vault in peace.
In peace.
25,000 kills. That's gross. That's gross. Most of that is Thrall, I think.
Yeah. Well, those Thrall, especially the exploding ones, they suck. I hate those things. It was funny. We actually were playing. Jesse was playing Destiny just with us after Willow got off, and we were running through. We were running a strike. I forget which one because they all
they blend together.
Yeah, they all blend together at this point. But he doesn't really play a lot of Destiny, so he went up and punched an exploding Thrall, and it exploded in his face.
Oh my god! It never gets old whenever somebody who hasn't played in a while or who has never played gets blown up by an exploding Thrall, and you're just like, oh man. I feel like it's like a rite of passage. It's like Guardian hazing almost.
Right. It's funny.
If you don't tell them, like, hey, go up and... my favorite thing is to tell people, hey, go up and punch that. Go punch that. Also, go charge the Cabal guy with 2 swords who won't die no matter what you do to him.
Right. And then when you back up, he just takes that, like, god leap
right,
at
he
you.
just does a standing long jump and just yeets you across the map.
Yeah, you're like, what are you fighting a war here? You should be in the Olympics.
Right?
You should be doing the long jump.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it's crazy. So,
man.
But anyways, yeah, I've been just playing. I've just kind of been playing other stuff too and keeping busy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just one of those weeks, man. It's just
yeah, it's one of those weeks, and I mean, we're going into the last week of the solstice now. Kind of last chance for anybody to go get it done. If you are listening to this, the Cowboy Hat Ghost is up in the Eververse through Reset on Tuesday. It is personally one of my favorite ghosts. And I also bought the Soul Piercer ship. Nice. It is a gorgeous ship. I spent probably 5,000 bright dust tests this week. Feel like I got to go run a whole bunch of bounties now to get my stock back up before next season. I dropped from 52k down to 47, and I just can't do that. I cannot abide only having 47,000 bright dust in my account.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's too little, man. It's too little. I can't do it. I'm notoriously stingy with it. But Tuesday, of course, will bring us the back half of the evacuation quest line and a new exotic, which we are all very excited for.
Yes.
Some juicy new lore will finally be in the game.
Yes.
As you guys know, we try not to talk about data mined lore in case something does change or something gets punted to another season. But I'm very excited. Next Thursday, we are 100% diving into the Traveler's Chosen and into some stories about our favorite tower commander.
Can't wait.
So,
I'm so excited.
I can't wait either.
I'm so excited.
I'm hard at work on a Friends of the Traveler series right now. So
yes,
that's going to be our next series going forward. Yeah,
can't wait. So I have also a few people have shown a little bit of interest of guesting on the show at some point too, which is
all right,
which is really neat. So maybe we'll have a few guests sprinkled in there as well. So, all right, Josh, you've been looking at the TWAB.
Yes, I've been looking at the TWAB. The TWAB, we got a lot of news this week. Not just in the TWAB, but we had 2 drops. We had one today and we had one on Tuesday about the new subclasses for the Warlock and the Titan. In order to discuss them all at the same time, since the Hunters do not go live until Tuesday, we are going to save discussion of the supers and the actual abilities until next week.
Yeah, that's smart, because then we can just kind of take up the whole show talking about most of those. Yeah,
that's kind of the objective, is we really want to break those down all at once and be able to talk about that. But we have plenty of other things to talk about in the TWAB and in these updates we got this week. So we'll start out with the TWAB. A lot of what they talk about in the TWAB tonight is triumphs, how triumphs and seals are going to evolve going forward. And they listed a new series of goals, which is to provide pursuits for all players, provide seasonal pursuits that match each season of Destiny, provide destinational pursuits for each new destination, ensure everyone shows off accomplishments, make all triumphs have a score, so no more of these 0-point triumphs that I get from the Crucible. Thank God. And make sure
those are
clear.
Stupid. 0-point triumphs are stupid. I'm sorry.
Right. No, it's all good. We're getting to that. We're getting to what they're doing to fix that. And they want to make sure it's clear what happens when content goes to the DCV. So evolving sets of triumphs for an evolving world. What are they going to do? They want to reorganize triumphs to make them compatible with the world and create a career score and an active score. The career score is your total of everything you've done throughout Destiny 2. The active score is for destinations and activities that are currently in the game, which is really cool. They're taking a lot of the generic triumphs and making them into a new set that covers the basics of being guardians and everything else to be organized around seasons and destinations, as well as legacy triumphs. Legacy are for things that are no longer in the game, such as, for example, Mercury being removed. Anything you've earned on Mercury would go to legacy triumphs. Anything you've earned from the Reckoning would go to legacy. Beyond Light is going to include a set of triumphs that will target Europa. Every triumph will have a score and include all the content on the destination. Story mission strikes, strikes plural, strikes plural, like we thought a couple weeks ago. We were all speculating if that was one strike or not. It's plural.
Yeah.
Raid singular, lost sectors, and yes, even some secrets.
Secrets, you say?
Secrets in Destiny? Never.
No.
Sets of triumphs that will target season 12. Everything will have a score. They like the pattern of giving you seasonal currency for completing triumphs. They're going to continue doing that. I personally really like that too, especially with things like the Menagerie. It really helped with upgrading the Chalice. I think it's been less useful for hardcore players with things like the Umbral Ingrams. Like, nobody needs more Twisted Energy at this point. Nobody needs more Altered Element. We don't need any more. We're all drowning in these Ingrams.
I have so much Twisted Energy that I didn't even know it was a thing. I've never run out of it. And I looked at for some reason, I was just like looking at the where you go get your Umbral Ingrams, like you choose whatever ones you want or whatever. And I was like, what is this Twisted Energy and why do I have so much? I just was never paying attention to it.
Something that I really love on here. Something I really love here is when seasonal content is no longer available, the seasonal set will move to Legacy Triumphs. They'll no longer contribute to your active score. They will contribute to the career score, though. And the Lifetime set is all about teaching new players things you can do in Destiny. Target new players, focus on helping players explore the sandbox and game modes. And if new systems are added to the game, this pool is going to grow. We got a mock-up of what the new Triumph screen is going to look like, and I think this looks really clean compared to how it looks now. On the top right, you've got your career score, it looks like, and then your active score next to it. Underneath it, there are 8 different symbols. People will immediately recognize 2 of those as the symbol for Shadowkeep and the symbol for the Dreaming City, so Forsaken content. It does appear that there is a Fallen symbol on there, and then eagle-eyed players will realize that there is a double triangle, face-down triangle, double triangle, that is the same insignia that is on Uldren's armor, on his chest piece that he wears. My name is Bife tweeted this out earlier. I think he retweeted it from somebody else. That immediately got me really excited. That is likely going to be our Cosmodrome destination set. That is my current thinking. If not, God, Ultron Towerbender, please. And then off to the side, you've got medals. So anything it looks like anything you've earned in Crucible or in Gambit, anything metal related. Underneath it, your exotic catalysts are moved over there. Lore is its own separate tab now instead of being a circular tab, and then stat trackers down at the bottom. And of course, your seals underneath everything. So that's really cool. They did classify what Legacy Triumphs are. We've already gone over a lot of this, but you'll be able to equip any title that you've earned, even if it is sunset, as long as you equipped it at some point before November 10th. They are going to have a demonstration set targeting the Leviathan that shows how Legacy Triumphs work. It is thought, we don't know when this is going to go live. I would expect that this might be part of the update that they are doing on Tuesday, on the 8th, to send Travelers Chosen live. I think that this will be there just to show people. They've stored the completion state of every triumph you finished or that you have not finished, even for ones no longer displayed in-game. They are going to flesh out the categories those live in, and when content moves to the vault, triumph sets that are no longer earnable will become Legacy Triumphs. So I assume that those might get unvaulted at some point. You may have a chance to earn those again when a destination comes back, but we don't quite know. Things that can still be earned. So Luna, so the Moon, Dreaming City, Tangled Shore, EDZ, and Nessus will all have their own sets. They have reduced the size of some of the Triumph sets to make this easier, i.e. Gambit, Crucible, and Vanguard no longer have their own. And they've increased the size of set and added rewards to the Lifetime set. So there is still stuff for veteran players to earn that we don't know about yet. That is something that really excites me. I like getting free cosmetics in this game a lot.
Yes. Yes, please.
And then there are a handful of titles that are going to be... there's titles that are going to be added. So the ones that you can still earn, you'll still be able to earn the Crucible's Unbroken, Gambit's Dredgen. You'll be able to earn Flawless for Trials Conqueror for the Nightfalls. Harbinger for Shadowkeep, Enlightened for Garden of Salvation, Cursebreaker for the Dreaming City, and The Last Wishes Ribbonsbane. There'll be 3 new titles added that they are not disclosing right now that will be earnable in Beyond Light. For Beyond Light itself, for Season 12, and then there's just one that says Redacted. It's thought that this is probably Wayfarer 2.0 or Lore 2.0, because both of those are being removed. They are making the 4 titles from the Season Pass of Forsaken legacy titles. So Shadow, Reckoner, Blacksmith, and Wayfarer, or excuse me, Shadow, Reckoner, and Blacksmith will be taken away, as well as Wayfarer and Chronicler. Chronicler is going to be a particular kick to a lot of people. I know they're still trying to grind out some of those mysterious, the letters from Eris. I believe, well, yeah, they're letters from Eris, but they're not. You get them every 3 weeks in there. This is why we wanted to be clarified on months ago as to what was being sunset. This is something they shared with us 3 months ago, and they didn't. So I expect there to be a lot of very angry people online tonight, particularly regarding Chronicler. I am one of those who may be a little bit miffed, because a lot of that stuff is still going to be earnable. The ghosts on the Tangled Shore are not going away. The Tangled Shore is not going away itself. But the hidden ghosts are going away. So you will no longer be able to finish that. And of course, all of the seasonal titles, which you can't earn anymore anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it. It's pretty crazy. So they are saying that starting next season, all lore. So lore will have its own section and this is Lore Corner for the week, by the way. Lore will have its own section and a brand new UI to show off book covers and improve the in-game reading experience.
See, that'll be cool.
That's extremely excited about. All lore through Season of Arrivals will be available to all players. The game will still show how many of the pages you earn, but everyone will be able to read everything now. So if you want to see X out of X pages earned, go earn any missing lore pages before the end of the season. New lore will be unlocked through triumphs going forward and eventually be made available to everyone when they become legacy triumphs. I love this change.
Yeah, I do too.
That is one of the biggest criticisms, even in Destiny 2, with the lore that we have had for the entire franchise. It's too hard to find. It's too hard to read. Right now, it's really tedious to go through and look at the lore books. I personally don't like the experience of reading it in game. I just earn it and then I go read it on Ishtar Collective instead. I'm very excited for this. I'm somebody who buys the lore books, of course.
I do too.
This and for the Elder Scrolls series. I love reading in-game stories, especially in a universe as rich and as dense as this. I want to keep this going forward. I like this change. This is one of the most user-friendly for the hardcore players, I think. For hardcore and new players alike, this is a really friendly thing, especially with us sunsetting several of the campaigns, the Red War, Warmind, Curse of Osiris. With all that going away in those destinations, it's really cool that they're making all this available for you to go read in-game. But it is going to require you to do some reading. It's not going to be spoon-fed to you. Likewise, everything is now there for everyone. If you are missing pages or you did not do the Corridors of Time puzzle, for example. This also makes me feel really, really foolish that I have spent 14 weeks doing Means to an End now. I'm very upset and disgruntled that I spent 14 weeks to get that lore.
Well, somebody had to do it, right?
No, this is the worst. This is that mission, week in and week out, is the thing I just dread the most when I do it. I'm so tired of that mission.
I know, I hate it. I can't. I think I stopped doing it.
I have one more week to go. One more week. On reset, I'm finishing it. It's the first thing I'm running to do before I even do Traveler's Chosen, because I want to be done with this mission forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I stopped doing it probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. It's slowly killing my soul.
Yeah, it's getting bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's real bad. The only other thing that we have from the TWAB is, of course, Iron Banner is coming back on Tuesday at Reset as well. It's gonna be a really busy week. Iron Banner with double and triple Valor, of course. I highly encourage anybody who has not played a lot of Iron Banner this season, Go turn in your tokens to Lord Salad Bowl. Get yourself the auto rifle and get yourself the sidearm. They are genuinely best in class weapons of their respective types. Personally, it's my favorite primary auto in the game. It's my second favorite auto behind Gnawing Hunger, and that's probably my second favorite sidearm too. I think just behind Breach Light. So great sidearm to have as a secondary. I believe it rolls as a solar sidearm.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Go get those guns. If you've not earned them, go get them. We don't know if they will be in the loot pool still next season, but they are great weapons that will be good for an entire year. Yeah. So I would highly recommend getting them.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Iron Banner. I will play some Iron Banner.
I always love bananas. So
look out for the Tyler Casuals Iron Banana shirt in our store.
Oh my god. So guys, we are going to do something a little bit different. We do not have a lore corner for you this week. That was not just a quick little joke. We genuinely don't have one because we are working on a new series, as mentioned earlier, on Zavala and some of the other denizens of the tower. Some of our favorite planetary vendors that may or may not meet an untimely fate going forward as we begin to evacuate the planets. So we're gonna do a little bit something different this week. We're gonna talk some mods. We're gonna talk the new subclass trees, but we're not gonna actually talk about the supers and abilities. We're gonna leave those for next week to talk about with the hunter when it goes live. But Corey, have you seen how these new trees look?
I saw a little bit. I looked at the Titan ones a little bit.
Okay.
Just because, like, to be honest, I don't really care about the other classes. I try. Like, I've finally leveled up my Warlock and my Hunter up to close to where my Titan is. Anyway.
So here's what I want to get into. We're looking at the Warlock page right now that went up on Tuesday, and in this they have a section below where they talk about all the abilities, just like they do with the Titan one that went live this morning, and it says customizing Stasis. And we're going to read a little bit of what this says. If you play Destiny long enough, choosing the right subclass for each situation can be crucial to the outcome of a fight. Titans have the bubble, Warlock have the well, skilled Guardians know how important these abilities can be in a pinch. With Beyond Light and Stasis, we're giving you even more flexibility to customize your style of play. So taking a look at this, when you go into the subclass tree, this really looks like an RPG right off the bat. You have three different sections. You have abilities, you have aspects, and you have fragments. Mm-hmm. So each Stasis subclass in Beyond Light will give players the ability to customize abilities like grenades, movement, class abilities, and so on. In addition, we've added new layers of customization with the addition of aspects and fragments. Aspects manifest as physical items in the world, such as crystallized Vex conflux or a robotic fallen arm. When slotted in, aspects will offer players new abilities among other effects. These abilities can be mixed and matched freely by the player. Many aspects will have space for fragments to be slotted in. Fragments are also physical items you can discover in the world that, when applied to aspects, offer additional passive perks, such as stat bonuses that may come with penalties, such as plus 10 strength and minus 10 intellect. Aspect upgrades are unique to each Stasis subclass, while fragment slots are class agnostic. How players combine these two different types of upgrades will lead to a wide range of customization options. So we're going to talk about a couple of the examples that they give us. So looking at the Warlock subclass, at the Shadebinder, one of the aspects they have is Frost Pulse. It takes one fragment slot, and it says a conflux trapped motionless in crystal. Infinite possibilities held in tranquil inertia. You unleash the darkness within, suspending your enemies in harrowing stillness. Casting your rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants, and it is a Vex conflux. This is what I want from this game. Yeah. This is taking what the original artifact system was in Rise of Iron and the Taken King, and it's doing something awesome with it. It's building on the seasonal artifact that I see with us, having that as an option, like the Gate Lord's Eye or the Warmind Sword, the Tree of Silver Wings. I could see stuff like that coming back and being aspects that we have. Like, oh, you played these seasons and you finished your season pass, congratulations, you get a special version of this. Not that I think they'll actually do that, but I think it would be cool. And then Stasis Fragments, for example, one of them that they give says it's called the Whisper of Bonds. Defeating frozen targets with weapons grants you super energy. But to apply that, you have to take a stat penalty of 10 intellect and 10 discipline. So you really have to think through, like, okay, what's the kind of build I want to make? Like, customizing your character is taking on an even bigger emphasis than it did in Forsaken and in Shadowkeep, which is what the hardcore base has been asking for so long in this game. Make it more like an actual MMO. You keep saying that it's an MMO. It's not. This, I think, signals that shift towards it finally.
Yeah.
And it's laid out enough that even new players will be able to understand this, I think, once they play it. And they've said basically I don't know if they've said it, but it's kind of been alluded to that if this goes over well, they want to see how this goes. If this goes over well, this may expand to other classes as well. Personally, I hope that this becomes the standard going forward.
Yeah.
Maybe introduce a new subclass tree each season. You have enough to be able to do that. Like one season it's going to be Solar, one it's going to be Arc, one it's going to be Void. Yeah. I would love to see that personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for example, Warlock finds the Frost Pulse aspect in the world and equips it. It augments the Rift ability and also has a fragment slot allowing for further customization. The Warlock can slot in the Whisper of Refraction fragment that replenishes some of their class ability energy upon shattering enemies. They have now set themselves up with a nice 1-2 punch and if played skillfully can use this combo frequently. This is the stuff I'm excited to see. Particularly somebody who really likes using ranged melee with my Hunter. Or likes using my Smoke with my Void Walker. Or not Void Walker, my Night Stalker.
Using that as a Warlock, I see.
Oh man, yeah, I've read too much about Warlocks today.
Oh man,
I'm really, really, really excited for that. And of course, those will tie in with the Shadebinder subclass, which is the whole purpose of this, right?
Right.
I want to see this come to every other class, though. I'm very here for the RPG aspect of this game now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely I hope they kind of, like you said, make this change to the other subclasses maybe moving forward, or like, maybe when the Witch Queen comes out and they finally kind of like, we've kind of theorized that maybe they'll add put in an upgraded engine and like maybe make more permanent changes to the game.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what a lot of this fall is going to be. Frankly, I think that it was pushed back because they just were not going to be able to get it ready in time. The big back end changes.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I would rather it take longer in order to make it the best possible version of the game that it can be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sure. But that is all we've got on the Stasis classes, because we are of course going to save the actual abilities of the Shadebinder and of the Behemoth for next week.
Yeah. I'm excited to talk about these subclasses, though, for sure.
And we are going to go back. We will go back over artifacts and fragments.
Yeah.
We will go back over those again next week, just to be completely clear on them. Give everybody kind of a refresher. I want to talk about this a couple times because this is going to be a big thing. It seems like we're going to be given the subclass, and then it's going to be like, okay, congratulations, we gave it to you. Figure everything else out on your own, which I'm excited for. I'm here for it. I like it. Bring it on.
Yep. I'm here for it too. But I think that's gonna do it. Sorry guys, I know you guys were expecting another 2-hour episode this week.
No, we used up all of our talking points last week with A1 Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah.
We both kind of need a week to recuperate. I'm out of town. I'm actually recording in my aunt's spare sewing room right now.
Yeah. And all that Nintendo stuff dropped today. So,
oh my god!
If you're watching live on Twitch, we're actually going to do a direct recap show after this. So if you're watching live on Twitch, make sure you stay tuned. If you are not, check out our YouTube channel or BossRushGames.com or the Nintendo Power Block podcast feed, because you will be getting a delicious dish of Super Mario. But anyways, Josh, this was a fun episode. We had more to talk about than I think we anticipated.
Yeah, I think honestly having the Schwab kind of saved us a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't have a show planned for you guys, but it was just kind of one of those weeks, and I ended up leaving town a day earlier than I had planned.
I mean, these shows are going to happen, right? The in-between seasons, the in-between event
especially
shows.
Especially this season, with it being as long as it is. I mean, we would have been 2-3 weeks out from Beyond Light right now. Like the hype train would have been in full steam ahead right now.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's cool. If you guys didn't see the Gamescom trailer, I don't think we talked about it last week. If you didn't see it, go check it out. It really shows the Stasis abilities in action for the first time.
Great trailer.
Yeah, I would recommend going and watching it. I've seen it a few times. I still want to kind of do a more detailed breakdown of it eventually, or at least break it down for myself, even if I don't discuss it on here. And of course, if you guys have any suggestions for things you'd like to see us talk about, lore-wise, build-wise, mods, gameplay, game modes. Like, is there a specific Crucible mode that you really like that you think is underappreciated or is going away and you want to give a shout out before it's gone? I know the next time that Breakthrough is up, I plan on talking about some Breakthrough. I really enjoy it and Momentum Control a lot. That has made the Crucible fun for me again. Just hit us. Hit either Corey or I on Twitter. Hit Tower Casuals Twitter. Hit us, towercasuals@gmail.
Towercasuals@gmail.com, everybody. Email us. Email those questions, those comments, those concerns, those ideas, thoughts, positive vibes, all those good things.
Yeah. Hit it. Seriously, hit us with any of your questions. I do want to, before the next season starts, I do want to get somebody in here who has done all the raids. I want to do some raid rankings. We got some fun stuff in the works. Festival of the Lost, of course, is happening in October. If you feel like running through the Haunted Forest again, I personally do not. But I'm here for the cosmetics. I'm here to spend my hard-earned bright dust and earn some extra bright dust. But yeah, this is going to be kind of a funky 2 months for us. I'm in the middle of a move within the next few weeks, and of course, with the delay, we may be a little bit more lore heavy some weeks, frankly. Yeah. So
maybe I'll bring up some lore.
I would love for Corey to do a lore corner. I would love to sit here and listen.
I've got some ideas, not for like the lore that's going on now, but old timey lore.
Okay. We may have to do some throwbacks.
Yes,
we may have to do some throwback lore. So again, any topics that you want to see, please hit us at any of those 4 locations.
Yes. So also, I know I made the announcement that Lore Corner will be rolling out this week. It's there. Those videos are actually processing in the background right now, which might be why your video feed looks funky, maybe. So the Lore Corner will be rolling out soon. So if you just want to listen to the Lore Corner, they'll be rolling out. So anyways, thank you for watching and or listening to Tower Casuals. Remember, you can catch it live every Thursday night on Boss Rush Games Live on Twitch or on your podcast feeds on Fridays. Very, very happy with this show, Josh. I'm proud of this show, honestly.
I love this show. This is the highlight of my week.
Yes. Just kind of it's the most relaxing show I think that I'm a part of. So
don't let the Crossroads guys hear that.
Dude,
we love you, Crossroads.
Did you listen to that episode?
I listened to a few minutes while I was driving, and then the monsoon hit, so I had to turn off my radio for most of the drive.
That show got crazy. So
I am eagerly waiting to listen to it on my drive home on Saturday.
Hope you like feet. Anyways.
Oh God.
You can follow the Tower Casuals on Twitter at Tower Casuals. Like Josh said, tweet us your questions, thoughts, concerns, ideas, lore questions. Josh, where can we find you?
As always, at Josh_Finn. That's Finn with 2 N's. Come follow me for my never-ending agonizing over are we actually going to get a price for these consoles or not? My piping hot My Hero Academia takes. And, of course, Lore Corner.
And sandwiches.
I do not talk about sandwiches on my private feed. I do not. I agonize over Corey's terrible dad jokes. And
come on, those are pretty good.
Lore Corner will be ready or suffer an unforeseen setback yet again. It's crazy over there. This morning you may have seen me tweeting in all caps about Super Mario Sunshine finally coming to the Switch.
In
HD?
We're going to
talk about right after this.
Yes.
In kind of HD.
Yes.
So I'm ready for it. We're talking about it right after this with some friends.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Stick around.
Yeah, so if you're, you can find me at IamCornHD on Twitter and Instagram. If you are watching live on Twitch, you can stay tuned. We will be back shortly. You'll probably hear the us chatter in the background while we get everybody in the room and I get this scene set up. But if you are not, thank you for listening and or watching the Tower Casuals. And if you're interested in the Super Mario discussion, you can check back on our website because it'll be there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next week, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.